prepared to suffer the consequences that society may deem you need to suffer because of your views?
You're goddamn right.
Welcome back to the Big Nick Show. We have another great episode for you today. We're going to be discussing the whole Dr. Seuss cancellation. The woke mob is, well, they're not even trying. They are canceling one of the greatest authors ever, Dr. Seuss. So we're going to be discussing that, but that's going to be a little bit later in the show. Before we start, I just want to say, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Because it makes you turn on all notifications. Hit the little bell icon and turn on all notifications. Because it really means a lot to help support this channel. I don't have the evidence to prove this, but I'm pretty sure YouTube is taking views away from my videos. Because every time I post a video, especially the live streams, like I'll have let's say 7 viewers during the live stream. And then afterwards, it'll say I only have 5 views. Like half an hour later, the views will go down instead of up. And I don't think that's possible because you can't unview something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure YouTube has been taking away views. But just it'll really help you support this channel. I just want to say thanks a lot to everyone who subscribed, not just to this channel, but we did hit 26 subscribers on my backup channel, this channel, and we hit 70 subscribers on my main channel. So thanks a lot to everyone who's helped support the channel. We're going to try to keep building up. Or we'll be back on my main channel. The main channel should be unbanned in the next couple days, I believe. I'm going to have to check back when exactly we got banned. The next couple days, I won't be posting as much, though. We're going to wait till about, I think it's late April to start posting on that one again. Because we still have 2 community guideline strikes, and if we get one more, they'll just ban us. So I'm gonna play it safe. Not gonna really post on that channel until about late April after one of them expire. So we're only back down to 1 because YouTube has shown they just banned me for not even breaking the rules, and they don't care. So like I said, we're just gonna play it safe and wait until at least one of them expire before we start getting back on the main channel. So make sure you subscribe to this channel because we will be here daily until then. Okay, let's get into some news. So Dr. Fauci has updated us, the peasants, on COVID measures. Let's look at what he says. COVID measures. This comes from, I believe it's BGR. Yeah, BGR. And it says Dr. Fauci reveals 9 places you're most likely to catch the coronavirus. You want to stay away from these places. What are these places? Let's take a look. Top 9 places. Theaters. Number 2, restaurants. 3, gyms. 4, religious ceremonies. 5, bars. Unnecessary travel is number 6. 7 is sporting events. And my paper does not show me 8 or 9. But basically, don't have any fun is what is telling you. And don't do anything at all. Again, this doesn't, we're going to take it into just a little bit, but this does not make sense. Another thing he said is he believes we need to keep the health protocols in place. While discussing similar topics on NBC's Meet the Press on February 28th, Fauci also repeated warnings that he and other health officials recently made about making sure we don't reverse the current downward trend in COVID-19 by removing public health guidance too soon. We don't want to, we don't want anyone to get their lives back to normal like they're doing in Texas. So why does none of this make sense? Well, it's because we should be getting back to normal. We have the vaccine. It's been a year since they told us, oh, just lock down, guys. Just lock down. Be fine. People say, oh, just wear masks. They save lives. we've been wearing masks. People are still dying. And one of the biggest things that people say is, well, if people just wore the masks, we'll be all out of this. Well, actually, people did wear masks. This is back in, let me pull this up in a bigger screen here. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec. I was not ready. Yeah. My thing's messing up right there. And right here. Okay. Bigger screen. Mask. This is back in October. Mask use by Americans is up to 90%. You can look October 22nd, 2020. 90% of Americans were wearing masks last year. And it didn't stop anything. If the masks helped so much, we should basically be done with this. 90% of Americans wore masks. This was last year, not even just this year. Late last year, 90% of Americans were wearing masks. There's no reason we need to keep wearing masks. Because if you just listen to them, well, then the masks should have all saved us. The masks aren't doing anything. If the mask did so much, we wouldn't still be in this. But that's the thing people don't realize. Oh, no. Masks work, guys. It's just that people weren't wearing them. No, as I said, 90% of people, Americans, were wearing masks. Last year. This was last year. Please explain that one to me. You can't. Because nothing, especially Dr. Fauci, nothing he's doing is very scientific. He keeps telling us we're still going to need to wear masks after we get the vaccine. That's not scientific at all. If the vaccine really worked, like they say they do, there's no reason to keep wearing masks. There is no reason. The whole purpose of the mask, if I'm wearing a mask, they tell me the whole purpose is to protect someone else from me giving them the coronavirus. But I have the vaccine, I'm not going to get coronavirus, so there's no purpose for me wearing a mask. But they keep telling me to wear masks. Because nothing they're doing makes sense. Nothing is based in science. And if you point it out, you call it a conspiracy theorist. If you say, oh, they just want control over you. Oh, no. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're sounding pretty weird right now. Again, explain this one to me. Nothing you're doing is making sense, but you're just supposed to keep doing it. There's a company that has made new masks. Here they put a video out on TikTok, and let me play the video real quick. Okay, there's two things about that. One, they're trying to appeal to a younger audience. They're trying to push these younger people to wear masks, which is dumb. But you know it. That's why they put it. One, they put it on TikTok of all places, and two, that's why they made it Among Us theme, because they're trying to push this towards younger children. But there's no reason to keep making these high-tech masks. Like, they keep talking about high-tech masks, and we're gonna make masks of the future. There's no reason to keep wearing to make masks for the future. Why? Oh, well, because I brought this up before. We should have herd immunity by April. So there's no reason to keep wearing masks. And yes, I perfectly understand the science. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no reason to be making these high-tech masks. Because again, we'll have herd immunity by April. And like I said, they keep saying, oh, if you wear a mask, you're protecting someone else. Well, if you get the vaccine, there's no purpose for you wearing the mask. Because you can't spread the virus towards other people. Again, nothing they say is making sense on a scientific basis. If you look at the science, nothing they're doing is very scientific. But they keep telling you to trust the science. No, it's trust their narrative. Trust what they tell you. That's why the liberal snowflakes are getting mad at the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, because he is daring to lift the state mask mandate and open back up the state. That's right. They're getting mad at him because he wants to go back to normal. Because how dare you not force people to wear masks? He's not saying you can't wear masks. You can still wear masks if you want to. They're mad because how dare you not make people wear masks? The masks that have done nothing for anyone because we still have coronavirus. And as we said, 90% of people wore masks last year. And if they did something, then we shouldn't still be in this. But again, we still are. So these people, I seriously believe these people getting mad at this Texas governor want this to go on forever. That's the only, he's literally trying to go back to normal, open everything back up. We have the vaccine. We have a vaccine now. They kept putting off the opening date. Oh, we're gonna put it. It's only gonna be 2 weeks, guys. Now it's gonna be this. Now it's gonna be that. Now it's gonna be this. And they finally said, okay, until we get a vaccine. We have a vaccine now. We have 3. There's no reason to keep these states locked down, but instead they do. So there's a lot of people on Twitter getting angry at him because how dare he again open up his state. And hashtag COVIDiot, COVID, it's like a mixture of COVID and idiot, was trending on Twitter talking about him. Again, these people don't want to go back to normal. Because how dare he, again, how dare he not force other people to wear masks? You can still wear masks. No one's stopping you from not wearing a mask. If you're really that scared of catching COVID, then stay home. But all these people in Texas, this is the thing. And we should be, I'm fairly worried about Texas because we have all these liberals from places like California moving to Texas because California is a little hellhole. And all they're doing is moving to Texas and then voting for the same policies that made California a horrible place. They're going to ruin Texas. That's the sad thing. They're just going to ruin Texas and then they're going to move on to the next big place. Because they're too dumb to realize that they're just pushing for all these policies that ruin California. They're going to do it at Texas. They're going to do it at every state until every state is like California. Kroger is still going to make people wear masks, even though they're lifting the mask mandate. And a lot of companies are still going to make people wear masks. Again, doesn't make sense. Most things don't make sense that they're doing right now. And if you point that out, you're called a conspiracy theorist these days. So I'm sure you've heard that the wonderful and brave and just great, all around wholesome governor Andrew Cuomo has been accused of sexually assaulting multiple women. Now again, I'm not saying he has. I do this with every guy who's been accused of that. I can't say for a fact that he has done this, but it has come out. We will give him the benefit of the doubt. They have, like I said, with every other guy, that every other politician, every other guy, it's up to these women to prove that he's done this. But remember, this were the people that they were praising just a year ago. He was the greatest governor of all time, no questions asked. He was a leader in COVID, even though New York was horrible when it came to COVID. This is an article last year from, I believe it's Vogue. It's titled, "Why We Are Crushing on Andrew Cuomo Right Now." This is from March of last year. And it goes through and it talks about, oh, I never really liked Cuomo. He was kind of a jerk and whatnot. Then it says, but then this person starts talking about, oh, but what a difference a pandemic makes. All of a sudden, I love Governor Cuomo. His soothing Queen's accent, his stories about his dad Mario, and his 88-year-old mother Matilda, and then there's Andrew, the dad, embarrassing his kids with stories of their upbringing after his divorce while he was a single father, and bringing his 22-year-old daughter to one of his coronavirus briefings, suggesting it was cooler to be with him there on spring break vacation she had wisely canceled. Again, this was the guy they all praised. But remember, we knew that he was killing old people in nursing homes, sending them into nursing homes to die, fairly early last year. I mean, this might have been, we might have known a little bit later than this. But this is the sad thing. The sad thing is, they didn't care when this came out. They didn't care that he was sending old people in nursing homes to die. They only care when he's accused of sexual assault. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they shouldn't care about sexual assault, the sexual assault cases, but I find it somewhat disturbing that it took this to have them turn against Cuomo. Sending people into nursing homes, old people in nursing homes, letting them die, and then covering up the numbers, that's okay to them. But this is what it took them to start turning on Cuomo. And I find it very disturbing, and I think most people should. The sad part is we knew about this a little while ago, and multiple governors have done it. Governor of Michigan, Whitmer, I believe other people have done it, like the governor of New Jersey, and I believe there was the governor of Pennsylvania too. There's one other one. We talked about this a little bit ago. I don't have the names right in front of me, but yeah, I believe Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan all did the same thing. We knew about all this, but no one cared. No one did anything to Cuomo. Cuomo was great. He was the best governor ever to live. I should have mentioned this. I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. Last month was our Black History Month. This month is Womex Month. You thought it was Women's Month? No, 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 no. It's actually Womex Month. What is Womex, you say? Well, here's the definition. I had to search Google for the definition. The definition of a Womex is says definition dictionary.com, which added Womex and 300 other words to its dictionary in 2019, defines Womex as a woman used especially in intersectional feminism as an alternative spelling to avoid the suggestion of sexism perceived in the sequence of MAN and MEN to be inclusive of trans and non-binary women. So basically, to prevent the word man from being in woman, they had to put an X in there because that just makes a lot of sense. But yes, this week is Womex Month because again, there's no such thing as a woman anymore at all. Like women is just a societal construct. Nothing doesn't make sense. There's no such thing as women. It's only a Womex, and even then, anyone can identify as a Womex because again, it's a social construct. But this month is our Womex month, so we're going to be celebrating strong Womexes who stand up against the patriarchy and society just trying to batter down, just trying to push down these Womexes. So our brave woman, a Womex of the week, is our one and only Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a very brave and courageous singer. If you didn't know. So recently, Taylor Swift called out Netflix in its new show, Ginny and Georgia, it's the show, for its deeply sexist joke about her love life. That's right. So what did Netflix do against Womexes? Well, in the show Ginny and Georgia, they made a joke saying, "What do you care? You go through more men than Taylor Swift. But you go through men faster than Taylor Swift." It's very sexist and it's very against Womexes, and we will not stand the discrimination of Womexes in our society. It's a very it's very deeply troubling to me that someone would dare make a joke about any Womex. And I understand my show. I've come to realize by taking my male privilege test. I took it, on the show a couple weeks ago. I've come to realize that my show is very deeply sexist because we've never had a Womex on the show. I have no idea if I'm even pronouncing it right. I could be not pronouncing it wrong this whole time, but it doesn't matter. We've never had a Womex on the show, so this is I am offering, if any Womex want to come onto the show, we will gladly let you on in Womex month. Just let me know in the comments if you want to come on. We will have you on. We have the Womexes on because we want to be inclusive to all the Womexes out there during this month of celebrating Womexes. Twitch, the streaming platform, received backlash for using the term Womex. It says on Monday, the streaming platform Twitch was slammed after referring to Women's History Month as Womex's History Month. March is Womex's History Month. Twitch wrote in a tweet that was later deleted, "Join us in celebrating and supporting all the Womex creating their own worlds, building the communities, and leading the way on Twitch." Okay. Twitch is a place where, and it talks about Twitch, support women creators every day this month. New every day in March, we're raising up Womex and their communities on Twitch, from the newest up and coming voices to the trailblazers. Check out the front page to see a different featured streamers starting right now. You can find the full schedule below, blah, 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 blah. So this is a term, I think it's something that both the left and the right can come behind. We mostly hate the term Womex. We have different reasons why, but at the end of the day, we both hate it. So I think it's, at least we can unify with something. But this is how far society has come, where you can't even say women or women, because that's sexist. Because they just hate men. Feminists hate men. They claim they don't, but they do. They just hate men. Another hateful group, also known as BLM, they've been attacking. They attacked, actually. They didn't really. I mean, it wasn't really an attack, but they rioted and went into a Georgia state capitol a couple days ago. Bet you didn't see this on the news. Let's play the clip.
Attention! I am Sergeant Wobble of the Georgia State Patrol. You are in violation of 1611-34.1.
Go.
Don't touch me.
Don't
touch me.
You must disperse immediately or you will be arrested. Disperse immediately or you will be arrested. You are in violation of 1611-34.1.
Let me see it. Let me read it. Let me see it, because session is adjourned. Session is adjourned. So there is no disrupting of the session. Let me see it.
So, like I said, I bet you didn't see that on the news, because wouldn't that be like an insurrection? because that's what they claim that the Capitol riot was, and they'll put it all over the news. They said, this is a horrible thing. I agree with that. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like in favor of what the people did at the Capitol riot. I think it was dumb and stupid and fairly violent. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, fairly violent. It was violent, but what about this? What about BLM? Is that okay for them to go into a Georgia state capital? Because it's only Georgia. It's not the United States capital, so it's fine. It's fine. We don't talk about BLM. And we don't say anything bad about Black Lives Matter because it's only a good organization because black people can only be good. All white people are bad and all black people are good. That's what they say. Don't believe me? Well, look at their white privilege tests and whatnot, where it's only white people experience who show like bad emotions and all this stuff. Like everything bad is white and everything good is black. So you should be less white and more black. Also, BLM and Antifa writers smashed windows and forced businesses to board up their windows in downtown Portland over it was February 28th, the last day of last month. Suspected members of Antifa demonstrated against President Joe Biden overnight in Portland, Oregon, forcing businesses to board up their windows and doors to protect against vandalism. Around 150 anti-ICE protesters marched through downtown Portland on Saturday night, a continuation of ongoing protests against the Biden administration's decision to continue deporting some migrants under the Trump administration's public safety rules. In news which broke last week of a detention facility for children opening up on the United States-Mexico border. Again, I bet you didn't hear anything about that over the weekend because they don't want you to know about this. They don't want you to know about these things because the media wants to paint BLM as, this peaceful, super peaceful, nothing wrong organization. And don't believe me, you can look back over the summer. They were literally burning buildings on CNN doing a report behind him. BLM was burning a building, and he said, "Oh, this is a mostly peaceful protest." It's like the media just wanted to paint them in the best light they could because they're just super great, super peaceful. They deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, even though they caused a combined $1 billion worth of damage. So last week was the CPAC happened. And there are a couple things that happened at CPAC. The biggest thing was probably the stage at CPAC. So some people on Twitter saw the stage at CPAC and claimed it was a Nazi stage. It was a Nazi symbol, and that's why it was there. The everyone at CPAC were just Nazis and whatnot. Alyssa Milano calls CPAC attendees Nazis and floats conspiracy about stage, and she targeted the hotel chain for hosting the CPAC event. Says actress Alyssa Milano has accused conservative organizers of the 2021 Conservative Political Action Conference, or CPAC, of intentionally setting up the stage to reflect Nazi symbolism. Now I'm going to show you. You've probably already seen this, but I'm going to show you this in case you haven't. This is what the stage looked like. Now, looking at that, if you didn't already know that they claim this as a Nazi symbol, you're probably wondering what the heck, because when you say Nazi, you think of like the swastika. Well, apparently this was some other like Nazi symbol. And I bet you didn't know that until you heard about that. Exactly. No one knew this was a Nazi symbol before someone pointed it out. Like seriously, no one knew this. You didn't know it was a Nazi symbol until you heard about this. Almost everyone on Twitter didn't know it was a Nazi symbol until they heard about this. And all of a sudden, oh, we just found out about it. That means everyone else knew, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't set it up purposely to look like a Nazi symbol. Because again, no one knew it was a Nazi symbol beforehand. It's the dumbest thing ever. But again, you're allowed to say this kind of stuff on Twitter. It wasn't fact checked or anything. even though it's a conspiracy theory, they want to stop the spread of fake news and all this stuff and stop conspiracy theories. Well, why weren't they focusing on that? Another thing happening. This was at CPAC was James O'Keefe announced that he is suing CNN. Here's that.
Make stuff up. Anna Cabrera then says this.
Project Veritas, a conservative activist organization, at least that's how they couch themselves.
I have never couched myself as an activist organization. That's psychological projection on behalf of CNN. They're the activist. And you know what? Usually I demand a retraction. Usually we have the retracto alpaca. But they lie so much. You know, we already sued the New York Times for defamation. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and sue the hell out of CNN for what they said here. We're going to start going on offense. You want to lie about me, Brian Stelter? How about you lie to a federal judge? How about you lie under oath? How about you perjure yourself, Brian Stelter, Anna Cabrera? We're going to sit you down under oath, and you'll be forced to do something you've never had to do, and that's tell the damn truth. It's about time we go on offense and sue the shit out of them.
I mean, he's right. That's the only way you're going to stop CNN from just lying is fight back. This also happened at CPAC. Here you go.
Oh yeah, oh no, we can't go out like that. Trump 2021, yeah, he running it back. I just got a call from General Flynn, he told me that's facts. Democrats go and tell me how you feel about that. Who won Trump won? Who won Trump won? Watermark the baddest 45, the chosen one. You know the fans did it sweet, they was knocking at the front door. Patriots pulling up, knocking on the Capitol.
I love Roger Stone. I mean, seriously, I saw that and they couldn't stop laughing. It was just the funniest thing I've seen for a little while. It was a nice break from all this, down in the dumps, political nonsense is happening. We are going to take a short break. When we come back, we're to be discussing the disgusting racism of Dr. Seuss. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Nick Show. So we have here 3 Dr. Seuss books. I'm not going to show them yet. We'll unveil them in a little bit. You don't know which books they are. But for those who haven't heard, I am assuming you've heard about this because it's been blowing up in the past couple days. But the woke mob, the cancel culture mob, has claimed a new victim. Has claimed a new target, actually. Not a victim, a target. And that target is the one and only Dr. Seuss. Says this comes from the Daily Wire. It says 6 Dr. Seuss books yanked over racist and insensitive imagery. The company that publishes Dr. Seuss books will stop selling 6 titles citing racist and insensitive imagery. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong, Dr. Seuss Enterprise told the Associated Press in a statement. Now I'm going to ask you something. Have you ever read a Dr. Seuss book and just said, this book is racist? This is disgusting. No, no one ever has until now, because everyone's offended by everything. But seriously, have you ever read any Dr. Seuss book and said, "Oh my gosh, this is racist"? No, because it's not. But they need something to talk about. They need something to call racist. And one of the most racist books, we have one of the 6 books that were basically banned, and I don't think you can buy these anymore. But this is one of them. Then we have 2 others we have 2 other classics. But one of the books that was banned was "And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street." That's one of them we're gonna read. Just read through it. Just look for the racism, in between the lines. The next one of the classic, is Green Eggs and Ham. We're gonna look through this, and again, look to see if there's anything offensive, because this might have to be canceled as well. And also we have I Can Read With My Eyes Shut by Dr. Seuss. So we have here 3 very racist books. We're just gonna read through them real quick, and we're gonna look for the racism in this. Let me get a drink. So our first book, "And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street." Super racist. Let's get into it. I can already see the racism. First page, white, automatically racist. "When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always Dad always says to me, 'Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see.' But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, 'Your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today?' All the long way to school, all the long way back, I've looked and I've looked, and I kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street." Again, see, white guy, white people automatically racist. Doesn't matter if they've never done anything racist in their life. If you're born white, that's racist. "That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling my cart. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street." Can you just see the racism oozing out of this? "Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear, as the driver I saw was a charioteer. A gold and blue chariot's something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street." Just utterly disgusting. "No, it wouldn't do at all. A zebra is too small. A reindeer is better. He's faster and he's fleet. And he'd look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street." Hold on a minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he'd pull a fancy sled. A reindeer in a sleigh. Say anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat. Say even Jane could think of that. But if it isn't too late to make one little change, a sleigh and an elephant, there's something strange. I'll pick up one with plenty of power and size, a blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then, just to give him a little more tone, have a Raja with rubies perched high on the throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street." Again, all these people are white. You could just, Mulberry Street is just the most racist street ever. Guys, it's utterly disgusting. But now I don't know It still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's way too light. Whip it around in the air like a kite, but it looks simply grand with a great big brass band. A band that's so good should have something to hear it, but it's going so fast it's hard to keep near it. I'll put on a trailer. I know that they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now, is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. I need two at least. I mean, have you guys picked up any racism here? Except all the white people. I mean, other than that, I haven't seen any. But now, what worries me is this bliss. Mulberry Street. But now that worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. It takes oh, this is the racist part, I guess. You know, this is probably what they mean. It takes police to do the trick. They're calling in the police, racist, to guide them through the traffic thick. To take police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there, and he thinks it is grand, and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there, and the aldermen too, all waving blue banners of red, white, and blue. Again, that's racist. America? No, can't have that. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. With the roar of its motors, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that sounds not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add a Chinese boy, a Chinese boy who eats with sticks. That's the big racist part with them. See, you can't have Chinese boy eats with sticks. Racist. And a big magician doing tricks. A 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more. I'm almost home. I mean, how is it racist to say that Chinese eat with sticks? I mean, most of them do. They have chopsticks. It's not racist to say that. Almost done with this disgusting book. I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate and ran up the steps, and I simply felt great. For I had a story that no one could beat, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell him, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse in a wagon on Mulberry Street. Couldn't you just see, the racism? It was so clear in that book, just racist. It's just surely, it disgusts me. Like, how could anyone read that book and not understand how racist it is? We should not have that kind of literature around children. Because they don't want this kind of stuff around your children. Because it's not indoctrinating them. What they want around your children is books like I Am Jazz, which is a book about children transitioning that you can buy. $9 for the ebook. Not sponsored, by the way. I just thought I'd pull that out. But they want your kids to read that kind of stuff. They don't want them reading this. You can't read that. But because they're trying to indoctrinate your children into this transgender ideology. And we talked a little about this we talked more about this last week, but I mean, seriously, don't read Dr. Seuss because it's bad, but read books encouraging children to switch their gender, which could possibly lead to them committing suicide, which is shown by statistics. Again, we talked about it last week. I don't have the exact stats. I mentioned them last week, but it's like, I believe it was like male to female transitioning in children. Almost 50% of them said they attempted suicide, and female to male transitioning was like 30% of them attempted suicide. Like, this is not good for these kids, but they're pushing this stuff. Again, stuff like this offensive. But they praise stuff like I Am Jazz. Or, I mean, and they, remember, these are the same people who told you last year that WAP by Cardi B was a great song. Great. It was the NPR Song of the Year. Great song. But this kind of stuff, you don't want this kind of stuff around your kids. Our next book out of the 3-book series is Green Eggs and Ham. A classic. Classic. Now let's see what offensive thing is in here. I am Sam. Sam I am. That's Sam I am. That's Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Okay, I think I'm understanding. This probably offends vegans. That's probably why. This is probably going to be the next one to cancel. They don't want you to eat meat. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox. Not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Could you in a car? Eat them. Here they are. I would not, could not in a car. You may like them, you will see. You may like them in a tree. I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I don't like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. You know, I'm starting to realize this book is actually fairly offensive. If you actually look in the book, you realize it's a metaphor for sex and rape. Like this person is pushing. He's asking this person, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And they said no. He's like forcing this person to do it. You know, it's not consensual. He's trying to force this person to do it. This is what it probably means. This is why we have a big rape culture in society, because we teach young children, young boys, to just keep pushing through this book. We should cancel this one next. But let's finish this disgusting book. A train, a train, a train, a train. Would you like them? Would you like them on a train? Not in a train, not in a tree, not in a car, Sam, let me be. I would not like them. I could not in a box. I could not, would not with a fox. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Stay in the dark. Here in the dark. Could you in the dark? I would not, could not in the dark. Could you in the rain? I would not, could not in the rain. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car, not in a tree. Not in a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. You don't like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you with a goat? I would not, could not with a goat. Could you on a boat? I would not, could not on a boat. I would not, will not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. You do not like them, so you say, try them, and you may. Try them, and you may, I say. Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them, you will see. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I like them, Sam I am. I would eat them in a boat. I would eat them with a goat. And I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train. In the car and a tree, they are good, so good, you see. So I will eat them in a box. I will eat them with a fox. I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse. I will eat them here and there. Say I will eat them anywhere. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am. So again, classic Dr. Seuss literature. And can't you just see, like I said, you know, what this book actually means? This book is telling people, it's telling men to force themselves on women. If they say no, just keep pushing. That's why we have this big rape culture in America. So this is what this means. And this book needs to be canceled. Our last book was one of my favorite Dr. Seuss books. I think it's underappreciated. I can read with my eyes shut. This book taught me how to read with my eyes shut. I can read with my eyes shut. Okay. I'll read this whole book with my eyes shut. I can read in red. I can read in blue. I can read in pickle color too. I can read in bed and in purple and brown. I can read in a circle and upside down. I can read with my left eye. I can read with my right. I can read Mississippi with my eyes shut tight. Mississippi, Indianapolis, and Hallelujah too. I can read them with my eyes shut. That is very hard to do. But it's bad for my hat and makes my eyebrows get red hot. So reading with my eyes shut, I do not like an awful lot. Yeah, I mean, it really hurts your eyes. Oh, frick. My eyes are starting to burn, reading with my eyes shut. Oh. I think I'll just read the rest of the book with it. And when I keep them open, I can read with much more speed. You have to be a speedy reader because there's so much to read. You can read about trees and bees and knees on trees and bees on trees. You can read about anchors and all about ants. You can read about ankles and crocodile pants. You can read about hoses and how to smell roses and what you should do about owls on noses. Young cat, if you can keep your eyes open enough, all the stuff you will learn, the most wonderful stuff you'll learn about. Fish bones and wishbones, you'll learn about trombones too. You'll learn about Jake the pillow snake and about Foo the snoo. You can learn about ice. You can learn about mice on ice on mice. Learn about the price of ice. Learn about sad and glad and mad. There are so many things you can learn about, but you'll miss the best things if you keep your eyes shut. The more that you read, the more things you'll know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. You might learn a way to earn a few dollars, or how to make donuts or kangaroo collars. You can learn to read music and play a zud if you keep your eyes open, but not with them shut. If you read with your eyes shut, you're likely to find the place that you're going is far, far behind. So that's why I tell you, keep your eyes wide. Keep them open wide, at least on one side. So let's see. What would this book, what is offensive in this book? He talks about earning money, capitalism, stuff disgusting. It's why. All these books, well, this one is basically already been banned. If you can, I would recommend getting as many Dr. Seuss books as you can. And especially these two before they get banned for the rape culture. This one is pushing rape culture, and this one is most likely pushing capitalism. Both just the disgusting books should be burned. You should not let your kids read those utterly disgusting works of literature. You should have your kids read "I Am Jazz" by I'm not even sure who writes it, but yes, you should teach your children about transitioning at a very young age, which will make them higher risk of suicide. So yeah, hope you enjoyed our little book review here. As like I said, my favorite probably out of every Dr. Seuss book was probably I Can Read With My Eyes Shut. It taught me how to read with my eyes shut. It's a very hard skill to do. So that's basically our show for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this show, and all my other shows. You can check out all my other shows by clicking the link subscription below. Will take you to my main channel, which again hit 70 subscribers. Thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. And this channel hit 26 subscribers. So if you want to check out more content, you can look at content on this channel. You can also check out my main channel, which was banned from YouTube unfairly for 2 weeks. And also, you can check out my Rumble, which is also linked in the description below. It's free. Rumble is conservative YouTube. They won't censor me like YouTube is doing. I need to post. I keep forgetting to post my video on there. I will be posting a new one soon. I haven't posted like a week or two on that one, but I will be posting a video on there soon that will never be allowed on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to my Rumble as well. You can also follow me on social medias, which are linked down below. And yeah, make sure you just keep calm, enjoy life, but never be afraid to stand up for your rights, and never be afraid to stand up for dear Dr. Seuss. I'm Big Nick. This is the Big Nick Show.